I'm Red Lewis with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Week 8 of the NFL season kicked off in Los Angeles, but the Chargers made easy work of the Vikings, 37-10. Justin Herbert tossed 3 touchdowns in the victory. Second-year back Kamani Vidal found the end zone and racked up 117 yards on the ground to help LA keep pace with the Broncos and Chiefs in the AFC West. Meanwhile, in our nation's capital, Jaden Daniels did not practice on Thursday and will not play Monday night against the Chiefs per head coach Dan Quinn. In Tennessee, the Titans placed L'Jarius Sneed on injured reserve Thursday, sidelining the star cornerback for at least the next 4 games. Sneed suffered a quad injury in the third quarter of Tennessee's 31-13 loss to the New England Patriots in Week 7. Better news for a pair of starting quarterbacks trying to get back into the Win Cup. Both Jackson Dart and Tua Tagovailoa were full participants during their respective practices on Thursday. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp data bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
It is a Friday, finally, the 24th day of October, 2025. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ah, yes, these mornings, absolutely gorgeous. Tomorrow, by the way, is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Well, the event is an opportunity for people to safely drop off and dispose of expired and unneeded prescription medications. It's probably a better option than saving them all up for the company Christmas party. Ah, yes, those were the days many years ago. Okay. Anyway, in Paris, the investigation continues. You recall, 4 masked thieves executed a daring daytime heist at the Louvre Museum in Paris, right? Made off with $100 million worth of the French crown jewels. The perpetrators were disguised as construction workers. They held off museum security by using grinding tools as weapons. Now, France's history surrendering so easily to the Germans makes sense, doesn't it? Ah, yes. Anyway, it is also a football Friday around the Imperial Valley. We'll tell you about the games that are going on, some important games with implications in seeding for CIF playoffs that are not that far off. Anyway, in the newsroom, Jared Anchondo. Jared's working on reporting the latest and the best news, right?
Only the best. But it's Friday. Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, I'm ready to dodge donkeys coming back from Blythe tonight.
Oh, you're driving out to Blythe?
Yeah, John Driflin and I will be in Blythe, Palo Verde Valley, and Southwest. We'll be on the air on our YouTube channel. Mickey Dale, George Grijalva have to journey to Brawley, and they will bring you the Brawley Imperial game. Lots of playoff implications there, and that game will be live on AM 1230 and on the KXO YouTube channel.
All right.
So
make sure you put your hands up when you're going up and down those dips on the way to Blythe.
Yeah. Well, John does that. John, sitting in the passenger seat. Whee! Yeah. Holtville will be at Calexico, by the way. Calipat at Vincent Memorial. That also has playoff implications. Central has a bye this week, and they're resting up, working, and getting ready for the Bell game, which is a week from today. We've got birthdays to celebrate today. Former Rolling Stones bass player Bill Wyman is 89. Actor F. Murray Abraham, 86. Actor Kevin Kline, 78. Actor Doug Davidson, 71. Actor B.D. Wong, 65. Actor Zahn McClarnon is 59. Actor Tim Pocock is 40. Drake, 39. Actor Shanae Grimes, 36. Actor Eliza Taylor, 36. Actor Ashton Sanders, 30. Actor Hudson Yang, 22. Local birthdays coming up.
Life moves fast. That's why California makes voting easy. You don't have to wait until Election Day. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box, visit an early vote center, or mail it. Over 80% of Californians vote early, and you can too. Plus, when you sign up for Where's My Ballot, you'll get a text or email the moment your ballot is received and counted. Don't delay. Vote today. Get more information at sos.ca.gov. A message from the California Secretary of State.
Let's say happy birthday, Jason Weber, Joanne Hurtado, Christine Martinez, Emmanuel Becerra, Molly Garcia, Cristina Contreras, Riley James Nixon, Sibia Chavez, Isabella Vargas, Aria Oropeza, Brian Robertson, Clarissa Cordero, Daniel Lizarca, Emma Jones, Gloria Grijalva, Jason Jernigan, Joe Finnell, Sandy Rose, Nathan Manzo, Zulima Martinez, and Davian Pena. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. Lots of other things happening this weekend. Trunk or treat events, Halloween carnivals, fall festivals. Yeah, I mean, just stuff happening all over the valley. This time of year, yeah, that's pretty much the way it works, right?
Hey, best weather we're going to get.
Yep. Okay. And I mentioned if I participate in one of the trunk or treat events, I'm going to take my Mazda Miata because, like I said, you can fit 2 Tootsie Rolls and maybe a Zagnut bar.
Is that the battery?
No, the battery, no. And no spare tire. Truck's not big enough even for a one of the donut spares. Oh, well. Anyway, so let's see what else. Oh, looking back in history. On this day in 1901, daredevil Anna Edson Taylor became the first woman to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. She emerged from the 175-foot fall without any injuries, although we understand she may have needed a change of underwear. That's another wee ride, right?
Yeah. Imagine the pop back up when you're coming back down, with the buoyancy, and you just pop right out. That's she probably flew like good 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. We've got real news, so get ready. It's a look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we breathe.
CBS News Brief. Yet another U.S. strike targets an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. CBS's Michael Wallace.
This was the first nighttime strike. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says all 6 male narco-terrorists aboard the boat operated by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua were killed.
Overdue numbers from the Labor Department show inflation ticked up 3% in September. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Some of the categories impacted by tariffs, like apparel, furniture and bedding, household furnishings, floor coverings, all of these categories are starting to show that prices are accelerating.
Cost of living increase for Social Security recipients 2.8%. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada is ready to get back to trade talks after President Trump ended negotiations over a TV ad featuring former President Ronald Reagan talking tariffs.
We stand ready to pick up on that progress and build on that progress when the Americans are ready to have those discussions.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. President Trump says calls from friends and a conversation with San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie compelled him to call off the sending of National Guard troops to the area.
And they said, we're working really, really hard with the mayor, and we're making progress. Would it be possible for you to hold off the surge? And I had 4 or 5 calls, and I think they're making progress.
The driver of a tractor-trailer who crashed into slowed traffic on the 10 freeway near L.A., killing 3 people, already facing manslaughter and DUI charges, now at the center of a debate over immigration. 21-year-old Jashanpreet Singh of India had a valid commercial driver's license, but was in the country illegally. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
These tragedies are following a disturbing pattern of these criminal illegal aliens being issued commercial vehicle licenses.
Florida's Attorney General asking the Supreme Court to prevent states like California from issuing licenses to drivers who are here illegally. Dodgers 4 wins away from their 2nd straight championship. World Series opening tonight in Toronto. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org. You'll get real-time information about the air that we are breathing.
Big color, bigger savings. It's Sherwin-Williams' biggest super sale. Get 40% off paints and stains October 17th through the 27th with prices starting at $29.39. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
They say the hardest part of getting something done is getting started. Well, we did that 30 years ago when California first took on the tobacco industry. Now, smoking is down 60%, lung cancer 52%. A couple of our cities have already ended tobacco sales. A California without big tobacco isn't just possible, it's already happening. See our progress at undo.org.
It's page 1 of the local news. A service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
KXO News. El Centro City Manager. City Council appoints a permanent city manager. Here's George Gale.
It happened at this week's El Centro City Council meeting. Council voted 4-0 to name Robert Sawyer the full-time city manager. Councilman Michael Crankshaw did not attend the meeting. Sawyer said he was honored to continue to serve the residents of El Centro. He brings 25 years of experience in local government and public safety to the position. He began his career with the El Centro Police Department in 1998 and worked his way through the ranks before being appointed chief of police in 2022. During the time as acting city manager, Sawyer worked closely with city departments to strengthen operations, ensure continuity, and maintain a high standard of services to the residents. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Brawley State of the City. City of Brawley will get an update on the state of the city. Mayor Gale will deliver the address to citizens at the historic Hidalgo Hall tonight in Brawley, event starting at 6 p.m. You can RSVP at Brawley City Hall. KXO News Time, 7:42.
Here's an idea. When your vehicle is just sitting there, whether it's at work or at home, and it needs service, let our mobile service come to you. Hey, this is Lauren at El Centro Motors. Whether it's batteries or brakes or tire rotation or an oil change or pretty much any need that your vehicle has, let us come to you. By utilizing our mobile service, it's easy. Just give us a phone call. We'll get your appointment set. Or if you prefer, you can visit us at one of our 3 conveniently located quick lanes for any and all of your service needs.
Ag theft arrest. An arrest has been made in the theft from a local grower. Here's George Gale.
On Wednesday, the Imperial County Sheriff's Office was called to investigate the theft of fertilizer from Abadi Farms. Investigators were able to identify a suspect and made an arrest. 46-year-old Luis Enrique Vega Castañeda from Brawley was booked into Imperial County Jail after deputies found 2 33-gallon containers of fertilizer, 8 bags of alfalfa seed, and over a dozen containers of pesticide and insecticide chemicals. Combined value of the items was over $25,000. Castañeda is charged with grand theft and possession of stolen property. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Behavioral Health Project. County Board of Supervisors approved the agreement. It is with Align Builders Incorporated. They will perform pre-construction on the adult residential substance use disorder treatment facility for not over $1.2 million. The funds come from a grant received by Behavioral Health. Align will plan and construct the treatment facility on Clark Road in El Centro. The California Department of Healthcare Services funded the grant for the 16-bed treatment facility through the Crisis and Behavioral Health Continuum Grant. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 in the weather up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. You can schedule an appointment for Quick Lane and for the mobile service fans. Just go online, elcentromotors.net.
This November, Sacramento politicians are spending $300 million on a special election, while California faces a $20 billion deficit. Proposition 50 is their attempt to take back power and let politicians draw their own congressional maps. Right now, independent citizens, not politicians, decide those maps. That's how we keep elections fair and competitive. Prop 50 would repeal voter-approved reform and destroy that independence. Let's stand for accountability, for fairness, and for the will of the people. Vote no on Proposition 50. Protect California's fair maps.
Paid for by the Republican Central Committee of Imperial County. And it's page 2 of the local news. Page 2 brought to you by B&H Refrigeration in Yuma. Family owned and operated for over 77 years. Active military, you get a 10% discount.
Halloween events. The trick-or-treat season starts this weekend, and Friday there are several Halloween events scheduled. That's tonight. We got some fun stuff happening. Here's George Gale.
Grocery outlet in Brawley will host a trunk or treat in the parking lot. There, of course, will be candy, a pumpkin carving contest, and more. Be there between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Also today, the City of El Centro's annual Trunk or Treat promises to be bigger and better than ever. A Monster Bash will be at Stark Field and run from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Candy, costumes, and a community fun is promised, as well as a hayride, Trail of Terrors, a costume runway, inflatable costume dance-off, music, and food vendors. All are part of the fun. City of Imperial is holding their Trunk or Treat at Ager Park in Imperial. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Community Action Day is November 1st. The Imperial Irrigation District, City of Calexico, and a coalition of state and local partners have a project. They are inviting community members to take part to help enhance the New River wetlands. On Community Action Day, they are planning to plant hundreds of native trees and provide revegetation, which will improve water quality and mitigate erosion by adding about 1,600 iodine bush and mesquite trees along the New River Improvement Project. They are asking for volunteers to be part of the special Community Action Day. The day will begin at 7:30 a.m. along Animal Shelter Drive in Calexico. There will be refreshments and a free lunch. To sign up and for directions, go to Climate Action Day at the IID website. Strike Out Breast Cancer, a special community event dedicated to raising breast cancer awareness, is scheduled today. Here's George Gale.
The Imperial Valley Healthcare District's Pioneers Memorial Hospital will host the event at the hospital's auditorium from 9 a.m. until noon. The event is free and open to everyone. Strikeout Breast Cancer Awareness event will offer free mammogram scheduling, physician consultation, and educational resources. Community organizations are encouraged to participate and help spread awareness of this health initiative. Attendees are asked to wear pink in solidarity with breast cancer patients and survivors. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Halloween is just over a week away, and, you can already expect people to be out in the streets even this weekend, I'm sure, with the events and stuff going on. And, we have a little, just a little advice from local law enforcement. They say some will be paying attention when they're walking around, some will not, and also while they're driving. And if you are driving that day or night, make sure you are paying attention. El Centro Police Department says if you're going to a Halloween party, plan on taking a designated driver with you. You can also plan to have a sober person drive you home. Ensure Halloween is a safe one for everyone. Drivers need to do their part in keeping the streets safe. Public transit is also an option. Be sure you slow down to ensure you can react in time. Adjust your travel time if you have to. KXO News Time, 7:49. We'll take a look at weather next.
Some folks think they won't need B&H refrigeration till next spring, sometime when the weather starts warming up and their refrigeration system won't work. But what about these cool, brisk winter mornings when you wake up and there's no heat in the house? Well, B&H refrigeration can help there too with a system checkup and repair or replace with a Janitrol Ream York system. Call B&H refrigeration today before you wake up to a not so warm house.
Call 928-782-3854 in Yuma.
The National Weather Service says dry and tranquil weather will prevail through at least the next 7 days, with temperatures near to slightly above normal. 88 our high in the valley yesterday, 58 the overnight low. It will be sunny today with a high near 92, south wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight, a low around 62. Light wind becoming south-southeast about 5 miles an hour. Sunny on Saturday with a high near 92. Light wind becoming south-southwest about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. And Sunday, sunny with a high near 90. West wind about 5 miles an hour, then turning out of the east. 64 degrees, 48% relative humidity. Wind out of the west, 5 to 7 miles an hour. Air quality good throughout the valley. That's it for page 2 of the local news and the weather, brought to you by B&H Refrigeration in Yuma. Give them a call or find them on the web, bnhref.com. Nothing less than the best from B&H.
At Grocery Outlet, there are no tricks, just treats for you and your wallet. Like refrigerated Poppy Prebiotic Soda. 12-ounce cans are buy one, get one free. Just 50 cents each when you buy 2. And that's not all. You'll find scary good savings on your favorite Halloween handout candy. Save up to 50% versus traditional grocery stores. Don't just hand out the treats, treat yourself too. These deals end October 28th while supplies last. Hurry to your local Grocery Outlet today.
Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market.
And it is sports time, brought to you by the newly formed Imperial Valley Healthcare District, combining 2 hospitals to better serve you. The World Series gets underway. Dodgers, Blue Jays, they're playing in Toronto. And Blake Snell will take the hill for the Dodgers. Snell, the 32-year-old veteran, will make his 4th start of the season, the postseason, and he's pitched well. Trey Yesavage of the Blue Jays, he'll become the 2nd youngest Game 1 starter in World Series history. The kid just came up late in the season. Hardly get to know you, boy. There was football last night. Thursday night football. Yeah, Chargers whipped up on the Vikings 37-10. Sunday, we've got football. it will be the Packers and the Steelers. That'll be a good one.
Big changes are happening in Imperial Valley. The newly formed Imperial Valley Healthcare District is paving the way for a healthier future. By uniting El Centro Regional Medical Center and Pioneers Memorial Hospital, we're creating a stronger, more connected healthcare system, one that's built to serve you. Together, we're expanding services, strengthening care, and building a sustainable future for all residents of Imperial Valley. The Imperial Valley Healthcare District. Stronger together, healthier tomorrow.
Well, we've got NBA scores. How were they affected by the Mafia? Well, anyway, Thunder beat the Pacers 141-135 in double overtime. Also, just one overtime, the Warriors whipped the Nuggets 137-131. And high school football. Tonight, Holtville will be at Calexico, IVL matchup. Calapat will be at Vincent, a Desert League matchup. Southwest at Palo Verde, that's another Desert League matchup. John Driffel and I will be there, and our game live on the KXO YouTube channel. It'll be Imperial at Brawley. Big implications in the Imperial Valley League there. Imperial, by the way, 8-0 on the year so far. And that game, Mickey Dale, George Grijalva, will be live on AM 1230 and the KXO YouTube channel. And if you're wondering, Central has the bye. They're waiting. They'll play next week. Next week. Don't look ahead, but next week is the Bell game. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by the newly formed Imperial Valley Healthcare District, stronger together and paving the way for a healthier future. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, your construction site, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. After 9 months of attempting to coax Russia into concessions using only incentives, whether by holding talks on repairing diplomatic relations or hosting a major bilateral summit on U.S. soil, the Trump administration, in an unexpected reversal, announced massive sanctions on Moscow's two biggest oil producers. Just 1 week earlier, President Donald Trump had backed away from supplying long-range Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine after a phone call with President Vladimir Putin, who secured an invitation to a second bilateral summit, this time in Budapest. Summit not happening, and sanctions are. Well, the cost of living got even more expensive for Americans last month, with prices rising at the fastest pace since the start of the year. Consumer prices rose 0.3% in September, which drove the annual rate of inflation to 3%, the highest it's been since January, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics data released today. Gas prices, which shot up 4.2% for regular unleaded fuel, were the biggest culprit behind the monthly increase, according to BLS data. Plus, food prices rose at a more moderate pace than they did in August, a month when grocery prices leapt by the highest rate in nearly 3 years. Economists were expecting that inflation would continue to pick up speed, rising 0.4% for the month and 3.1% for the year. So the news, maybe, would be good news. The news also means that there will be an increase in the cost of living on your Social Security check. Taking a look at the big board, the Dow currently up 358 points at 47,092. The S&P 500 up 47 at 6,783. The NASDAQ up 210 points at 23,150. Gold off $6 an ounce. Oil up 37 cents a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their number one priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 92, south wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming calm. Clear tonight, a low around 62. Light winds becoming south-southeast about 5 miles an hour. Sunny on Saturday with a high near 92. Light winds. Sunday, sunny with a high near 90. West wind about 5 miles an hour. 64 degrees, 45% relative humidity, wind out of the west at 5 to 7 miles an hour, air quality good. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the Valley's only postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
Just ahead, CBS News. We'll take you around the world, let you know what's going on around the world. And throughout the day, we update the neighborhood. Local news on AM 1230 KXO.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO. Well, KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. First court appearance going on now for New York's Attorney General Letitia James, indicted in a case brought by the Trump Justice Department. It's rallied her supporters, including New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
He came to our city, and Tish James brought him to justice, and now he is destroying our system of justice to take her down.
CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
This is the arraignment, so we're expecting Letitia James to make her plea of not guilty. Letitia James has also filed a notice that she plans to make a filing that Lindsay Halligan has been unlawfully appointed to even bring this case. They haven't yet made their full arguments in this, but they did note that this challenge is very similar to one that's being brought by James Comey, and they actually think that these should be consolidated.
Well, today, important news is going out to Social Security recipients.
The annual cost of living adjustment at 2.8% amounts to about $56 extra a month for Social Security recipients.
Unfortunately, I don't have much of a savings account, so I depend on the checks. And this won't help much at all.
He lives in Durwood, Maryland, and says because Medicare premiums are expected to rise.
I had to cut back on so many things already, and a COLA at this level is just not going to help much.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The government says consumer prices rose 3% last month from 1 year ago. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney said this morning he's hopeful trade talks with the U.S., which he says had been going well, can resume soon.
We stand ready to pick up on that progress and build on that progress.
President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the talks, angered by a TV ad featuring President Reagan denouncing tariffs back in 1987. CBS's Errol Barnett has more on new action carried out by the U.S. military.
Overnight, the U.S. military struck yet another alleged drug boat in the Caribbean Sea. This killed all 6 people on board. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says that vessel was allegedly operated by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua.
CBS's Natalie Brand is at a different-looking White House with the East Wing no longer there and a lawsuit filed.
That demolition is pretty much finished after we saw those excavators out there all this week. But the suit alleges that the administration violated the Historic Preservation Act. But what's important to note is that there's actually an exemption for some key buildings here in Washington, D.C., including the White House. So the White House arguing that they had the legal authority to do this.
The Dow is up 375. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Right now, you can save big with T-Mobile's phone and home internet bundle. Visit your local store to learn more.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used on your license, unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a month in bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Turns out the jewel heist heard around the world is an opportunity for one company.
The German company that made the truck lift that gave the crown jewel thieves a lift to the second-floor window at the Louvre is seizing the marketing opportunity. Boker snatched up rights to the photo and rolled out a new social media campaign featuring the now familiar scene outside the Paris Museum. The caption, "When you're in a hurry, Boker Aguilo carries your heavy treasures." Boker says the thieves stole the lift from a company in Paris, which purchased it 5 years ago. The bad guys escaped the museum on a furniture elevator before they zipped away on scooters. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Spanish police said today that a Picasso painting that vanished en route to an exhibition earlier this month has been found. Still Life with Guitar, a 1919 work, is valued at $700,000. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.